Okay, I'm going to go over something really short and really quick. When it comes to pi, 147, 258, and 369, if you have any of these three, okay, they can all be used in a sequence. For instance, if 7 shows up, replace it by 4 or 1, it doesn't matter. They all equal 3. Everything is exchanged. 1, 4, and 7 is exchanged for 3 in all numbers. 2, 5, and 8 is exchanged for 6 in all numbers. And 3, 6, and 9 is exchanged for 9 in all numbers. Okay? 1, 2, 3 added equals 9. Equals 6, sorry. I don't know how I did that. 4, 5, and 6 equals 15. 3 by 15 is 45. 5 and 4 is 9. Okay, but it doesn't matter what I was doing. This is what we wanted to talk about pi. The next thing, one of the guys online was doing it in sequences of 5, 5, 5, 5. So the sets of 5 numbers would have to show up as either 33369 is for the first part, 14159, 69696 for the second part of pi. The third part of pi is 69399. The third part of pi, or the fourth part of pi is 69, and then you can go on to whatever thousand decimals, and eventually those will have to repeat because there's now only 3 instead of 9 numbers. The other thing I want to talk about, which is really funny, you know I'm talking all about George, all about George, all about George, and somehow I seem to put on a movie with George Foreman and Muhammad Ali from 1974. 40 years next year. Plus, George Foreman was 40-0 with 37 knockout punches, which is the number of Nibiru. The other thing I wanted to mention was George Foreman. Who's the foreman? Isn't it man 6? Well, George is man 4. And you know we're talking about George, Prince George, this George, George Bush, and all the Georges of the world, right? It automatically comes to George as the foreman from 1974. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 and 4 is 11 equals 39. This one equals 38. What is this? 9, 8, and 2 repetitive license plates plus Phoenix, Phoenix Seed, whatever. I couldn't remember what the name is. I'm sorry. Okay, she had gave me a bunch of numbers, 11 and 12, or 12 and 13, which is the queen. It's also the 12 is also the L letter, and M, 25 jack. But this one here, 9, 8, and 2 on the license plate. 9 times 8 is 72, times 2 is 144, which is 12 times 12. 1 and 2, and 1 plus 2 equals 5 and 5, which equals 25. And then 2 by 5 is 10. 2 plus 5 is 7. You have 17. And now you have the queen that connects. I know I went through this quick. I'm just trying to just say it out how what connects to these numbers. And it's the queen, 1 and 7, the Tea Party. Now they have David's tea out on the market. Hey, imagine that. Anyways, 98, 89, 29, 92. When you reverse all these numbers, the 29, 92 make 1111. So when you add them up, we have 38. 3 by 8, 3 plus 8. When you do 3 by 8 is 24. 3 plus 8 is 11. You have a total of 35. 3 and 5 is 8. 3 and 5 is 8. 3 by 5 is 15. 3 plus 5 is 8. It's a total of 23. 23 equals 11. The number here would be the same thing. 23 would equal 11. You'd have 11, 11. 38 and 38 added together. SS, ISS, ISS. You have spirit of 76. And how do you get the spirit of 76? Well, 1 and 6, of course, because that's the lowest and the highest on the dice. 1 plus 6 equals 7. 1 times 6 equals 6. It's a total of 13. 3 and 8 is 11. 3 and 8 is 11. Or we can go down to 22. 11, 11. That's what we get with these numbers. And we can go on and we can play with them, but unless you really know what the question is, it's hard to get an answer to a question we're not sure of. And again, George Foreman against Muhammad Ali, and whatever the dance he had, and whatever and however you're going to call boxing, and however the scoring and the timekeeper goes, it's definitely related to games people play. So we have Muhammad Ali and the four-man. And not only that, but when you play golf and it's in the wrong direction and someone's there, you have to scream four-man. The other thing about this is if we want to knock it off as 1 and 1 is 2, well, what we can do is this. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. The total is 3. Same here. You'd have 3 and 3. 3 by 3 is 9. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. The total is 8. Where the 8 in space of where we are, the 8th letter is H. 88 Hoover Dam. 93 Highway. 3 by 9, 27. 7 by 4 is 28. 7 and 4 is 11. 3993. 9 and 3, 3 and 9. 9 and 3 is 12. 1221 last year. 1221. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 55. When we did it, we just did that same number. If you want to know what this actually was, here I was just trying to show you we do it 1, 4, and 7. This is the way it's placed on your calculator or telephone. And these are the rows in an order, but I didn't want to touch this. This is what has to be replaced. All numbers in pi must be replaced. All these are replaced by this. All these are replaced by this. All these are replaced by this. And then you should find, have a situational problem at hand. And one day when I get to it, because I don't have the math science on how to look for a certain answer, I'm going to have to tell somebody what I'm looking for, and maybe they can set me up a program that'll get me where there's a rotation and pi will start to make sense. Things that I wanted to mention, isn't it funny how T's, not only like this, but this is also a computer language expression of something. What do I want to find? We already talked about Pennsylvania. We already talked about 622.6. The moon. I looked at the moon tonight. Earlier on, the moon looked like it was bloody. Maybe tomorrow night we'll get the same reaction. Now I just want to show you one thing. You want to know where the 7th gate is? McDonald's, 7 coffees, 7th gate. She opens and presents herself to the second in the background. You don't think Earth is made this way, the same way? You don't think Earth can possibly be made the same way? Hey, look at all that space in there, in between the two sides. It's all hidden, my friends. It's all hidden. And there's answers out there in every single game of games people play. This is Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I want to thank you for watching. I also want to show this because do you see the blue rock right down at the bottom? I'm going to try and point this out right here. You see the eye? See the mouth? See the stones right here? Looks like there's 2 people right here on the stones. And when you come over to the left, see the nose, the 2 eyes, then you have the 2 legs that are crossed over here. The other piece that it was going to go is right here. It looks like a whale came up from under the ground, right over here. If you want to know what that is, well, it's for the kittens. When they get old enough, they're going to play with the rope and pull on the horn and have a good time, because if you're going to have an animal, you got to treat them as well as you would treat any one of your friends. Thank you for watching. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Now, thank you for watching.